Matthew 26:14 through 16, it says, Then one of the 12, the one called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and asked, What are you willing to give me if I deliver him over to you? So they counted out for him 30 pieces of silver. From then on, Judas watched, and very important word, he continued with Jesus, watched for an opportunity to hand him over. So I just thought about this for a while and I just pondered on it. While he was with Jesus 3 years, he saw miracles. He saw Jesus show love to the multitudes. He saw him feed strangers. He saw him heal the sick, the lame, the blind, gave him sight. He saw Jesus raise Lazarus from the dead. I mean, we as Christians now wish we had moments like this with Jesus as we follow him now, waiting on his return. Judas was there with him, present, the intimate times. So I could see them sitting around a fire, laughing and joking. He saw times where Jesus may have been angry, what was going on in Israel and Rome and the different places where they traveled. He saw Jesus rejected, maybe by some close relatives or people that he may have known his whole life. So I point these things out because it's so important that we watch our ambition. It's one of the main things about this story here that we really don't hear in the pulpit a lot. When we hear ministers, preachers, whoever mentions Judas, they mention the betrayal, but it was the ambition in Judas that birthed that betrayal and caused the devil to enter him. Hallelujah. So what I believe is you can be ambitious about something and your ambition can lead you away from the Father. It can lead you away from God and the journey he has you on. If you're too ambitious, too excited, or maybe overzealous at times. There's nothing wrong with ambition. Don't get me wrong. So let me say that. There's nothing wrong with ambition. I believe it's motivation could be another word, or excited, confident about something that you see, you feel that you can do or get done, a project or something you feel like I can do this. If only this happens, man, this would be awesome. This will work out. So Judas had his own mind and his own plan of where he saw Jesus sitting on the throne and turning everything around overnight, just like that, for the children of Israel. After all the time he saw them being suffered and their sufferings from the taxes and brutal treatment from the Roman soldiers and things of that nature. Now Jesus is here. The Messiah has come. Oh my goodness. Everything is about to turn around for our good. Wow. Not also he wanted to be, I guess, in a certain place of authority, being as though how close he was with Judas. Now Jesus loved Judas. He chose him for a reason. He loved Judas. I believe Judas had plenty of opportunities as well to change his mind and come back inside. I believe Jesus and Judas could have had plenty of one-on-ones together, just talking. And when Judas found out that Jesus just wasn't leaning toward the vision that Judas had in mind, his ambition took over, and his demise came shortly thereafter. Now, was Judas wrong? No, he wasn't wrong initially. Feeling that, oh my gosh, all this time we've been suffering, our children, our families, our moms, our dad, we've been dealing with these dictators, these Romans, this kingdom, Caesar, and everything like that. We've been dealing with that long enough. We've been praying for this. It's finally here. The Messiah has come. He wasn't wrong. As a citizen, he wasn't wrong for feeling how he was feeling. But he was wrong when he thought he could manipulate Jesus's actions. Jesus came and he said, I only do what the Father tells me. I only say what the Father tells me to say. So Jesus' plan was not Judas' plan, and Judas caused that right there to, like I say, be his demise. So he betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. I'm not even going to get into the math, but family, in our day, that's not much money. But I think of the story and I feel a certain sense of what if he wouldn't have killed himself? Peter betrayed Jesus 3 times out of his mouth. I never knew him. He was afraid. He was afraid. He saw what was going on with Jesus. They had him shackled, tied up, spitting on him, beating him up. Jesus wasn't showing that great power, and he wasn't fighting back. There's the songs that say he never said a mumbling word. And Peter betrayed him. So I never knew him. Peter was forgiven. Peter didn't go hang himself. I'm sure he felt horrible, but he found his way back to Jesus. And I believe, I just wonder if Judas wouldn't have just, killed himself, hung himself, whatever it was, could he have had a visitation with Jesus and been forgiven? And then I think, how many times have we betrayed Jesus? But we don't look at it in this aspect. Like I say, you hear Judas, oh, he betrayed Jesus, backstabber, all that other stuff. Okay, yes, he was. It was a very horrible thing that he did. But do we look at it to where as though we are so greater than Judas? Because no, I tell you, we're not. We betray Jesus often, and we don't even look at it like that. How often do you make a decision, or how you've made a decision that if Jesus was right there, you wouldn't have done it? You betrayed him, and you ask for forgiveness, and it's not for his grace. Where will we be? So I think that story is not just about his betrayal, but it's about the fact that we look at him as this awful person, but it's an example and it's a lesson of where we could be if we don't watch our ambition. It's okay to be excited about the things of God. It's okay to be excited about your job. It's okay to be excited about different things that you see in your future for your family. All of that's okay. Just keep it in line with God. Let him order your steps. His plan is better than anything I can sit down on my computer and write down and map out. His plan will always be greater. And yes, you can get too ambitious and fall out of his will. And we don't want that. So family, just a spin on the Judas story I thought I might share just to let us know, wow, maybe I need to slow down sometime and don't be so quick to judge others, especially some of the stories we read in the Bible. Is to fill us with that bread for us to open our eyes and become wiser and more filled of the Spirit. So we have to look at it sometimes like, wow, how many times have I betrayed Jesus in my decision making and the calls that I make and the way I do things? Like, God forbid, we don't want to do that. So it's one of those self-check, self-evaluation moments. Inspired to inspire. Love somebody. See you next time right here on Perception TV. Y'all be great. See you next time.